Hello and welcome to Slow Night, Ancient Tales. Tonight we continue the fifth chapter of the Korean classic novel, The Tale of Daebong. Aehwang, alone and lost deep in the mountains, is about to meet a mysterious presence in a dream, the beginning of a fated encounter. Set your tangled thoughts aside for tonight, and let's follow her into a night of peaceful, deep sleep. Overcome by hunger and exhaustion, Aehwang sat down for a moment and drifted into a shallow sleep. In that hazy space between waking and dreaming, an old man appeared before her, his white hair loose about his shoulders, wearing a scholar's cap and coarse black robes, hurrying down the mountainside with a wooden staff in hand. He spoke to her. "Aehwang, wake and cross over that ridge, and you will find a house. That house is where you are meant to study. Hurry there now. Your teacher awaits you." A cool wind stirred, and Aehwang woke to find it had only been a fleeting dream. Yet she made her way over the ridge the old man had described, and after walking some distance, she came upon a small thatched cottage. At the door, an elderly woman stepped out to greet her, took her by the hand, and welcomed her warmly inside, offering her a seat. Aehwang rose and bowed twice, saying, "Might I ask who you are, that you would show such kindness to a life as humble as mine?" The woman smiled and replied, "I have no fixed home of my own. I have long dwelled upon Mount Cheontae. The Buddha of White Cloud Temple directed me here, saying, 'Tonight, in the fifth watch, Jang Aehwang of Jangmidong will arrive at this place. Show her kindness.' And so I have been waiting for you all this while." She then had her attendants prepare a meal, and the food was clean and fragrant, filling Aehwang with a deep sense of comfort. This woman was in fact the immortal Mago, a legendary mountain spirit. She took Aehwang in and began teaching her the ways of the Tao, and Aehwang's brilliance proved beyond compare. The immortal grew ever fonder of her, teaching her all manner of arts and techniques, astronomy and geography, the arts of transformation and concealment, and she studied military strategy deeply as well. Within 3 years, Aehwang had come to understand the heavens above, the earth below, and the affairs of people in between, and her mastery of military strategy surpassed even the greatest strategists of old. Her wisdom grew vast and unshakable, and there was nothing in the world she now feared. Time passed in this way until Aehwang reached the age of 19. One day the immortal called her to her side and said, "Now that you have grown and the time is right, you must leave these mountains and fulfill the purpose meant for your life. My own years draw to a close, and though you are a woman, you shall rise through the ranks and be honored, commanding armies, wearing the golden seal of a general at your waist, leading 100,000 soldiers to bring peace to the realm, and your name shall be inscribed among the great and remembered for 1,000 generations." And with these words, she vanished. Overcome with wonder, Aehwang bowed toward the empty air in gratitude many times over, then left that place and made her way toward the villages below. Coming upon a house, she asked for food and lodging. This was the household of the late Minister Choi of Soju. The minister had passed away young, leaving behind a single daughter of extraordinary beauty and virtue, whose grace surpassed even the legendary women of old. Her mother, Lady Ho, longed daily to find her a worthy match, that she might entrust her daughter's future to a good husband. At this time, Aehwang, now traveling under the name Haewon, happened to arrive. Lady Ho, taking an instant liking to the young traveler, welcomed him into the outer quarters and asked, "Where is your home, young scholar, and what is your name?" Haewon answered, "I lost my parents at a young age and have wandered the roads ever since." Lady Ho said, "There is no man in this household. Would you consider staying in the study hall here and keeping an old woman company?" Haewon replied, "How could I refuse such kindness shown to one with nowhere else to belong?" And so from that day, Haewon settled into the study hall, and Lady Ho brought out a great many books for study. Among them, ancient treatises on military strategy. Haewon spent the following days absorbed in these texts. Meanwhile, Daebong, who had always possessed sharp intelligence and had by now encountered a living Buddha, had gained supernatural skills and profound techniques unmatched in his time, his heart and cunning surpassing even that of the ancient strategist Wu Zixu. Now, in the 3rd month of a certain spring, the emperor issued a decree calling for a national examination, wishing to gather talented men from across the realm to serve the court, for the more worthy officials there are, the better it is for the nation. Upon hearing news of the examination in the capital, Aehwang spoke to Lady Ho. "I hear the capital is holding a great examination. I wish to go and see it for myself." Lady Ho gave her blessing, providing generous supplies of paper, ink, gold, and silver candles, and said, "My fate has been an unfortunate one. I lost my husband and have no son. I have only one daughter. Though she may lack in beauty, she would make a worthy companion to serve at your side. What do you think of this?" Aehwang graciously agreed, and Lady Ho, overjoyed, asked only that she return swiftly. That same day, Aehwang set out, and after many days of travel arrived once more in Giju. Overcome with memories of the past, she could not hold back her tears as she entered Jangmyeong, gazing at the familiar green hills and pines around her, the very same scenery she remembered from before, standing steadfast like the noble bamboo and pine of old. Stepping into the house she once called home, she felt her heart tighten with sorrow. Looking around, she saw the wall she had once climbed in desperation to escape Wang Sokyeon's designs upon her, now worn and half collapsed from years of wind and rain. At that moment, Nanhyang, who had been keeping the house alone all this while, saw a young scholar step into the inner quarters and, startled, tried to slip away. But the young scholar came straight into the bedroom, took Nanhyang's hands, and wept aloud. "Nanhyang, do you not know me?" Only then did Nanhyang look closely, and beneath the young scholar's features she saw faintly emerging the unmistakable face and voice of her beloved young lady. She threw her arms around Aehwang's neck and wept without restraint, crying out, "Is it truly my lady come back to me in the flesh, or is this her spirit carried here upon the wind?" That's all for tonight's story. After such a long stretch of longing, Nanhyang has finally been reunited with her beloved lady, a truly tender and moving moment. Just as this reunion arrived after so much waiting, I hope your own night tonight fills with good and gentle dreams. Have a warm, cozy night. Sleep well.